Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Scorps, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus, my naughty with a dash of nice. So Scorps, we are going to do the Wild Unknown this week. If you watched any of the videos this week, you will know that. So we're going with Kim Kranz. We're starting with the archetype and all the Wild Unknown decks, the archetype deck, oracle deck, tarot deck. So I'm going to start with the archetype deck and I'm going to ask, what is the archetypal energy that you are in right now? And what is the archetypal energy that you are moving towards? And there will be an extended, so you will find the link at the top of the description. And in the extended, I'm just going to look at the energy, the blind spot between those 2 points in time. But for now, we're going to build up this reading for you, Scorps. So the archetypal energy that Scorpio is in now, followed by the archetypal energy that they are going into. And you're only getting one card for each. And be very specific because these are very, very specific messages and kind of quite in depth. All right, the way you got one, the mask. And the offering. Boy, this card has been so regular in this position this week. The offering, the mask. Wow, okay, I'm going to go into the book because the book has so much information. But just look at that card. It's a little bit like being, well, there's a theme that's coming out this week too. It's this sort of monochromatic energy. This dark, blank, blah energy. And then here it's all lit up. It's all full of color and life. And then I'm kind of feeling like almost removing a mask, like you're in the process of removing some sort of label or even some sort of archetype energy that you've applied to yourself or others have, and you've allowed it to sit there over time. But you're almost like you're removing this. You're in the process because this is where you are now. And the offering. It's kind of like offering something. Let's read. Let us read, shall we? The mask is a new one. I'm kind of glad there's been a lot of repeats this week. The mask. The mask. The persona, the performance, the reveal. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. That's true. It allows. The mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice. Embody the other's limbs. Remember, the other is really the deeper you here coming forward. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around, and others may be trying on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception bending time. Trust it. Think of a mask or costume you wore that felt empowering, marvelous, or fun. Who was it you were being? Is that who's still within you? As the Zen koan suggests, meditate on your original face. The one you had before your mother and father were born. Wow. I mean, it's really revealing your deeper soul here. This is so scorpionic. When light reveals what has been suppressed, when dark further conceals what is rejected, go deeper. The masks of James Ensor, Joan Jonas, and Jimmy Durham. So there's the things that you can look at. Wow, wow, this is a very powerful card. It's like the process of, it is, you're removing a mask, but to reveal something that is true. Maybe you've been something before, or maybe something that, well, whoever you are deep inside is who you really, really are. And maybe at some point this was never accepted. It felt rejected by others. And to protect that, because you can only allow the deepest, most sensitive, true, authentic part of you to be attacked or ridiculed or put down so many times that you need to put armor up, and the mask becomes the armor and is no longer exposed. And if it sits behind all that armor for so long, it becomes lost even to you. So it's almost like the process of going through life and becoming strong enough and brave enough to reveal who you are and to live it in all its truth and authenticity. So, because when you do that though too, you stop pulling in energy and people, circumstances that would reject the authentic you. What you pull in is you, is what is meant for you. Really powerful card, Scorpio. So that's where you are right now. You're in the process of that. Whatever stage and point you are there. Like if you're just recognizing that there's some sort of deeper self here that has been suppressed to protect because others rejected it, or it was never, they didn't conceive your truth. They couldn't contemplate. They couldn't understand what your truth is, right? And you're almost getting the realization that others don't need to. That's not my journey, right? It's not your journey. Your journey is what you are, who you are, growing and expanding it. And sometimes part of that is the push and pull in life. And the push and pull here of pushing away who you are and pulling it back. And then when you do that, you push away what's not meant for you and you pull in what is. I really like this reading. This is neat, Scorpio. Love your energy, I really do. Not enough readers give you all credit for being scorpionic, I tell you. It's awesome. Because the death, I like the death card and the devil card. I'm not sadistic, I'm really not. But I really understand the importance of the darkness to move into the light. And the light needs to appreciate the darkness so that it can be identified and seen. Like there's, right, yeah, you guys get it. I don't have to go into that too deep. The offering. Okay, so this is where you're going. This is the archetypal energy that you're going into. Sorry, my thumb just got super, super itchy. Okay, the offering, the gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up. For the sake of the bigger picture, if nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, so this might not come to mind immediately too, because you're going into this. Take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Sorry, Lily was coughing in the background. If there's a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. When in light, generosity, donation, volunteering. When dark, giving with expectations, keeping track. To go deeper, Odin's sacrifice of his eye in Norse mythology. What I see here is because of what's going on with this mask energy, you're going to recognize much more easily than you ever have before what is meant for you and what you need to bring that in, what you need to bring you to it, what you need to do to claim and own your life. And I feel that you're going to be, whether it feels like it or not now, I feel like you're going to be making offerings to the things that you feel are meant for you, that you're meant to do, meant to have, meant to be, meant to experience. Almost offering yourself for the first time. your true authentic self for the first time. Oh, that's so sacred, isn't it? Right? But recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. That is so sacred. Offering yourself for the first time, like the genuine you. It's beautiful. Wow, Scorpio, that's so cool. All right, let's get into the Oracle deck. I'm going to pull a card for each one of these. Oh my God, that's a lot going on here. That's too much. I want to keep it simple. I really want to keep it simple. You had the mouse, the cosmic egg, the lamb, and the beaver. Okay, but because these are so deep, I'm really trying to keep it very simple and trying to like streamline it. Otherwise, it could turn into like 2-hour readings, and I'd be exhausted, and I have to make lunch and dinner. So that's okay. Yeah, because I'm a mom. I'm just a mom. I got, well, you know, it's kind of true. You shouldn't say you're just a mom. I said that in, I guess, the Aries reading this week. And I've already seen the comments like, Cindy, you're not just a mom. It's one of the most, it is the most important job. And that's why I walked away from a career, was because this is the most important job I could ever do. But what I meant when I was saying that it's just a mom is that it humbles you. It's very humbling to become a parent, to look after kids in any capacity. And it doesn't matter how big or mighty or grand or whatever you become, if you're just a mom or just a dad, keeps you humble. Oh, the otter. Look at you, ready to go out and be happy when you take your mask off. Oh, this has been a long time coming. Wow, the underline is the rabbit. I feel like you might be a little withdrawn, going in and out of a burrow. I'm getting with the rabbit as the underline here. And part of going in and out of the burrow is maybe even having the mask off for a bit, peeking out, exposing it, maybe not even in public, out in the woods, I don't know where, whatever it is. Maybe if you're a guy, you've always wanted to wear dresses. Maybe if you're a woman, you've always wanted to wear a man's suit. I don't know. I'm just making it very, very tangible. Like a very tangible thing. Like that you could do for yourself that is revealing who you are, but maybe not necessarily out in the open yet. Not fully. And just kind of like, you know, the rabbit is cautious. The rabbit is looking, make sure the predators aren't there. Getting comfortable with what this is, this mask. This is a really deeper part of you that you may never have, you know. One of the things it said is remembering who you were, what your face was before your parents were even born. That's a very cosmic realization, right? It's really connecting in a sense to your Akashic records, like who you are, what you're meant to be and do. And part of that journey is obviously getting lost, losing who you were and finding it again. Because when you can do that, you're so much stronger in it, in that energy, which is again, why I think some of the strongest beings of light have been in the deepest depths of darkness, because they understand the light. They understand the struggle, the value of the light when it's just given to you, right? You can look at the difference between someone who had everything given to them in life. Their parents may have been very wealthy, very well off, very high status. It's happened, bought their way into big colleges and universities. Things are given to them, careers are given to them, everything. They take it all for granted. But someone who's come from the gutters, someone who's come from poverty, really like just not having the opportunities presented to them, and fought and worked their way up, they really get it, right? And that's what this kind of life struggle really is about. The strongest ones often come from the gutters and the trenches. So anyways, it's a very passionate, you know, it's very windy here today, and it was a thunderstorm last night, so I don't know if it's just like kind of electrified the energy for me in your reading. Oh, and the otter. I like the transition. So the underline is this rabbit. It's a little cautious. It's just peeking out once in a while. It has little points of happiness, and then it gets nervous again and goes back in. Gets a little anxious and goes back in. The otter is full on out there, baby. I'm having a good time. I know my tribe. I'm looking for my tribe. This is said to be the happiest card in the deck. This is what you're working on. This is great. Like, you could be at this point. You could, like, right? You have to see where you're sitting in the timeline here, because everyone's going to be a little bit different. Some of you, the plane, like, really low. Did you hear that? That's odd. Anyways, such an interesting, oh, that was a helicopter. I don't know what he's doing. Anyways, maybe that means something to somebody. But the, what was I saying? I was so distracted, maybe you weren't meant to hear it. Oh, well, I know we were talking about the rabbit and the hole. Coming in and out of the hole. The otter, recognizing your tribe. Where you are in this timeline. Thank you. To think that through again. You know, maybe some of you are just starting to realize that there's a mask that needs to be removed. Some of you are kind of in the middle point here where, you know, a little bit of this rabbit energy. And some of you, I think, are exiting this rabbit. Some of you might be full on out of the rabbit. And here, like, I am ready. I've removed the mask. I'm totally confident in who I am. I don't give a shit about anyone who doesn't accept it, because it is me and it is authentically me, and I deserve to live that life. And I do not need anyone who's not going to accept it in my life, right? Like, I like that. That's good. That is really good. And then saying, okay, even the otter's standing here on their own. At least I'm an otter now. Maybe you were like, maybe you were disguised as a rabbit. And you were only pulling in rabbit energy. But now you're really like, you are the otter. You have fun in everything you do. You find the joy. Like just sitting on your back and eating, you know, clams and mussels on your tummy and snuggling with your other otters and swimming, and like, it's great. They are really fun. So now you have over here with the offering is the elephant. You know, you are moving towards something that I think is really meant for you, and in your deeper self you may have felt it. You didn't know how far the journey was, but you knew you'd be coming to it. Because the elephant doesn't see much more than, with this imagery for me, doesn't see much more than a foot or two ahead. And it could be 1,000 miles, this journey. And you have no concept of how far you've gone and how much further there is to go. But it kind of tells me that you're coming very, very close here. And this is really offering your true authentic self for the first time. It's so beautiful. Like, I almost feel like you should do some sort of ritual for this. It's just gorgeous. Like, I really feel it, like, almost in my heart chakra here. To offer your true authentic self for the first time. Wow. You know, this is the kind of reading, I like this so much better than any of those, like, twin flame readings or anything. This is so gorgeous to see, like, the energy of a soul come to life, and to be so strong and powerful and so humble and vulnerable at the same time. The Lovers, the Mother of Wands. Look out, baby. Here you come. The Mother of Pentacles. Oh, the Five of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles at the bottom. The Six of Cups. The Devil is reversed. I like that. See? Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Devil in reverse. Yeah, because the Devil. Maybe even you were playing like Devil's Advocate with the mask on here. Look at you. It's like you know. You can identify what you want now too, because you're not looking at life through the little slots of a mask, right? Like the blinders. Now you're open to who you are, and because you see you authentically, you're going to see what's meant for you authentically. So this is really beautiful. This is finding happiness in others, in the connections, like the otter, that otter energy, and passion and desire. Creativity. Also, with this, she's protecting her egg. She's protecting, you know, you can expose what you have. You can expose who you are, but you're protecting it by identifying what is for you and what is not, and keeping it at arm's reach. It's not for me. It's not for me. That's okay. Like being strong enough and confident to do that. And like, you know what? I don't care how great that looks. Deep down, I know that's not for me. You know how to make your choices with the Lovers to find your 10 of Cups. Really cool that we have the Mother of Wands and the Mother of Pentacles. Kind of going too, like whatever you've gone through, it's created, it's made you very, very passionate, very fiery, very creative, very dynamic. All those wonderful things associated with wands and fire. And then here, very grounded. Very grounded and into the 5 of Pentacles with the 8 of Pentacles. Is this what you're offering? Maybe this is where you're offering. Maybe this is where your offering is going. Because you're coming out here. You're so full of color. Like, can I even stress how much color is in where you are right now? I feel like you're getting ready to go out and share your color. Look at the color. It's just incredible. It's really incredible how much color is sitting in there. Because we come over here and there's not so much color. You know, in some ways too, I feel like by offering your true authentic self, you are dispelling this 5 of Pentacles. You're taking away, you know, even the feelings for others. Maybe you're giving others the strength to show who they are, to recognize who they are, and to live it authentically. This is the offering that you bring. Like, this doesn't even necessarily have to be to an individual, but to humanity in general. What a deep reading, Scorpio. The authenticity of your offer, of moving forward, truly who you are, who you were before your parents were even born. You create just a wonderful energy. You know, you kind of move in darkness. I see that. And that is very Scorpionic, because the elephant is moving in darkness. And it's almost like you move into the darkness to show the light, right? Look at the offering into the light. You go into the darkness to show the light. Wow. That's such a deep reading. Okay, now I'm going to go into my Wings of Wisdom Oracle deck. It is very childlike and playful. So it takes us out of this serious, really serious energy. Very serious Scorpionic energy. Oh. I know, I have to tell you, like, it pulls me in, like, I don't want to say like a moth to a flame, but it's intriguing. It's really intriguing energy. You know, it's like you're alchemizing darkness into light and light into darkness. This is such an authentic reading into what the whole energy of your card in the tarot is, the Death card. Like you've walked through death and you found light and life, and then you move through that. And it does not, you do not avoid death again. You actually, in some ways, you're drawn to it and seek it out, but you become authentically aware, very finely tuned into who matches your light. And they may be in darkness. And it's not your job to pull them out of darkness, but it's your job just to show them the light. And they will pull themselves out of the darkness. The Mayfly. Quickening, opportunity, say yes. Affirmation, I say yes to life. Oh, see, you came out of death and walked into life. Came out of darkness and walked into light. So there's a whole bunch on the back. I'm going to read that for you while you can look at the front. When it is time to take a step, do so with the courage of your convictions. Recognize that opportunities are precious and are to be embraced without hesitation. Act without fear or regret. Live your life with the passion and bravery that comes from realizing that you only get to be you in this life, in this body once, and for a limited time only. Allow that knowledge to fill you with gratitude and the determination to embrace your life with gusto. Step into new roles or opportunities, confident that you will find your way as you go. That's brilliant, isn't it? Right? Like, this is what you're doing. And it is kind of dark and heavy as this reading feels. It kind of reminds me of what I talk about, like the silt and the organic matter at the bottom of the river, that where, you know, in the shallow, stiller waters, where the lotus flower or the lily will come up, and then it sees the light, and there's all this beauty that came from this darkness, this organic matter that created life. Yeah, I like that. That's cool, Scorpio. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go do the extended and see what the heck is in the middle here. So anyways, until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.